right now. Perfectly coiffed hair, looks neat and presentable all the time. He is the blockchain CEO, keeping track of all these developments. And Grant, obviously the first question is, what do you think of Elon Musk's haircut? But more to the point, what do you think of what's going on with cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin et al. Today? A bit of a comeback, but man, a shellacking over the last couple of weeks.
Right. Well, I think if you're worth $300 billion, you can cut your hair in a mohawk for all that matters.
You're absolutely right.
But my hair has passed the test on Fox, so I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been an extremely volatile market recently. And I think when you're looking at a new digital asset, anything that's only been around for 10 years, it's very fast moving. It's trading 24/7. You know, a day where it can drop off 20%, you know, crypto investors have to be aware of that, and they have to know that that's just something that comes with the territory. And you have to look at it as a, you know, a buying opportunity, and you look at, you know, you're getting a 20% discount on your purchase. So you just have to take that into effect.
I guess you could pick your target when you got into, you know, not everyone was a guy like you seeing the great potential of this when it was a fraction of the price it's at right now, and it's grown to include other plays. And I'm just wondering, it's those other plays, maybe because they're cheaper alternatives that are getting more of the attention, you know, today notwithstanding. Do you think the buying public is moving away from Bitcoin, maybe looking at some of these cheaper alternatives?
Well, I think the retail investors are. So if you're looking at the macro investors, they're obviously looking, they have more capital to spend. They're spending millions and millions, if not billions of dollars. So they're looking as, you know, Bitcoin as a digital gold. But when you're looking at Ethereum, Solana, you know, some of the other ones, absolutely. You know, you're seeing retail investors look into it. But I think what's driving the cost is just young investors and people not used to the market. When you have brand new investors in the crypto space, they will sell on news, things like regulation, things like, you know, the Omicron, you know, scare, and things like that. You'll quick retail investors that will sell way quick because they're trying to make quick money and they're not looking at the long-term investment like I always recommend that they need to. So
is the smart money hanging on? I mean, guys like you that just sees the potential, or is some of that going as well? You know, Ray Dalio and some of these others who have their concerns and their doubts. I mean, who is really behind this volatility?
Yeah, well, what happened was there's over $1.8 billion of positions liquidated. They were longs, and they were expecting the price to go higher. And the difference between, you know, the stock market and crypto is you're trading 24/7. And so because of that, there could be a lot more volatility, nothing to stop a flash crash or a fast increase. And so it just, like I said, hold as long as you can, bet on the long term, look at the long trajectory of this thing, and invest in the ones that you trust.
Do you think crypto investments go the other way from equity investments, or do you think that they can both continue to rise in tandem?
I think they can both continue to rise. I think there's just more volatility in the crypto side, you know, and I think right now, when you have all this federal spending and all this money that the Fed's pumping into the economy, it's going to be really hard to tell in an economy like this. But now, and you know, 2-3 years down the line, when some of that stuff, you know, when the Fed starts easing, you know, federal spending and things like that, that's when I think we can start seeing things, you know, shift. And